guys. Alright, today we're going to be looking at Dark Souls 3. Alright, for anyone who actually knows me, you'll know that I am absolutely obsessed with this game. Alright, so many people have said that, you know, this game's really hard and this game is nails and blah 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 blah, which is true. Yes, this game can suck at times. However, the best way to look at this game is you need to learn to understand how the enemies work, understand the gameplay, understand the classes. Alright, so this morning what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this video up now on the starter classes. Which class is the best class if you are new to the Dark Souls series, or if you want a little bit of an easier start. I will explain to you the different classes and what their strengths and weaknesses are. But if you are new to Dark Souls and you're looking for a game that, you know, it's going to be a little bit easier than the other classes, just stick with this video and I will explain it all to you. Alright, so let's go down to new game. Alright.
Yes, indeed. It is called Lothric, where the transitory lands of...
Yes, yeah, blah 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 blah. Okay, so starting off we're going to go with patch. Games 93. Alright, and then we'll just put start. Okay, so obviously gender makes absolutely no difference, what your age is makes no difference. Alright, so here are your different classes. Alright, so you've got knights, mercenaries, warriors, heralds, thief, assassin, sorcerer, pyromancer, cleric, and deprived. Okay, most of these, they do have a little description there for you. So, an obscure knight of poor renown who collects Roman lands, sturdy, owning a high vitality and stout armor. Okay, so these are your stats at the side here, right next to the guy. Okay, so that's what your starting level is, level 9. Your vigor is for your health. Your attunement is how many different spells you can cast if you're looking to use more of a spell-based player, or if you're a pyromancer, for example, the different pyromancers you can class. Alright, your endurance, obviously that's your stamina, your vitality, your strength. Alright, pretty basic stuff, guys, you can figure this all out. You know, your dexterity. So strength, the difference between strength and dexterity: strength is for wielding bigger, harder hitting weapons such as great clubs, hammers, battle axes, that kind of thing, whereas dexterity is based more around sharp weapons, so katanas, dual blades, that kind of thing. So your intelligence is, obviously that's used a lot in spellcasting as well, so if you're wanting to use a more spell based character like a mage, you would definitely want to have your intelligence up. And faith as well. Faith is for casting miracles such as healing yourself, or if you're part of the Warriors of the Sunlight Covenant, you need quite a high faith in order to cast the later on miracles and spells that you get given. And your luck, pretty self-explanatory, guys, that's your luck. Okay, so yeah, the knight is a good class, starts off with a good weapon, good shield, you've got quite a lot of armor on there as well, so it is a good starter class. If you are looking for more of a heavy hitting class, you want to be a bit more clunky and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the knight definitely is in my top 3 for your starter classes. Alright, definitely look at the knight as a definite viable option. The mercenary is also very good, as you can see has very high dexterity, starts off with dual blades, alright, so you can use single blade with shield, or you can use the, on PS4 I use triangle, for Xbox it'll be Y to switch your weapon stance, and that will bring out both of these scimitars here. Very good class, again good armor, good level of dexterity there, good strength, you know, it's not too bad, high health, good stamina. Overall, really good class. Personally, I don't like using this class just because it's just not for me, it's not my style of gameplay. But yeah, definitely a good class. I wouldn't stick it in the top 3. If you're looking more of a dex build, definitely, but for me, it's not going to be in my top 3. Alright. Warrior, same as before with the knight. Alright, you've got high strength there, high endurance. Alright, very good class. Starts off with a big axe. You've got a shield there as well. Again, if you're looking for a clunky kind of character where you want to be wearing heavy armors, you want to be wielding big weapons, causing heavy amounts of damage, a little bit slower, but big damage, another good class. Again, I'm not going to put this in my top 3, just because I've already got the knight up there as well. This is a more rounded class. for you newer players. Alright, then you've got your Herald. Alright, I have actually never used this class before, but it starts off quite high faith. Its strength, dexterity is pretty even, the attunement's good, luck's very high, and it actually has a starting miracle, which is like a spell that will heal you. Alright, so this is quite a good class to start off with. Again, unfortunately not going in the top 3 because I've never used it and I don't want to give you guys some bad advice, but yeah, it starts off with a nice restorative miracle. You know, good class, got a long reach spear there as you can see, so you can kind of hide behind your shield and push forwards with your shield, with the spear there. So yeah, decent class, but never played it, so I can't really give you much advice on it. Okay, the Thief. Now this is a very good class. I absolutely adore this class. It is a bit more of a advanced players kind of character build, because this is basically more studied around using parries and backstabs and sneaking around and dodging and getting high damage in with that dagger there. Alright, definitely if you've played Dark Souls before, this is definitely a kind of class you will be familiar with. Got high dex, high endurance, high vigor, starts off at only level 5, alright, which means any XP you get you will be able to level up quicker and start applying your own skill points to whatever skill tree you want to go down. But yeah, high luck, so there's your parries and everything like that. So yeah, definitely this class is going in my top 3. Okay, this is a really good class, but it does require a certain amount of skill to use. Okay, the Assassin, very similar to the Thief, but this has got big long swords, again has that small shield there for parries. Alright, like I said, again very similar to the Thief, not going in my top 3 though, because the Thief's up there and they're quite similar classes. Okay, so now we get towards the Sorcerer and the Pyromancer. Alright, so the Sorcerer, as you can imagine guys, is based majority of the time around casting spells. Alright, this is the kind of class you want to go if you want to be a mage. Alright, starts off with 2 Soul Spear spells that you can use. Very high intelligence, it's got high dexterity as well for a starter class, so you can start using weapons as well if you're not entirely comfortable with just using magic. But yeah, this class is really good for a starter class. However, I'm not going to recommend it for a beginner because it is quite a difficult class to learn and difficult class to master. Alright, if you aren't familiar with the gameplay and the way that the enemies respond and things like that, it is definitely a good class. I would say if I had a top 5 it would be in there. Alright, but for me the #1 best character to start this game with, if you want an easier time, you've never played Dark Souls, has got to be the Pyromancer. Alright, this class is all round very good. Okay, you've got high faith, so you can start casting miracles if you want to heal yourself. You've got high intelligence, so you can start throwing pyromancies. Alright, pyromancy is the use of fire. Alright, so throwing fireballs and blowing fire out of your hand and everything like that. Starts off with this pyromancy glove, as you can see if you look down in the inventory in the second row on the right. Alright, that is your pyromancy glove. Okay, this class is a very easy class to start the game with. Alright, you have high strength, you've got high dexterity, you've got high intelligence, high luck, faith, sorry not luck, faith. Your attunement's high already, you know, so you can already cast 2 spells if you want to. You know, it is a very good all-round class. Alright, very easy to get to know, so this has got to be my #1 top pick, guys. Alright, if you want to use a class that is going to get you through the game, get you pretty overpowered pretty quickly, I would definitely recommend the Pyromancer. Alright, this is definitely my favourite class. It's the class I was using yesterday in my live stream. Alright, if you haven't seen that, make sure you go check out in my channel there. I was playing Dark Souls for about 5 hours yesterday. So yeah, you can see the Pyromancer in action. Alright, it is a very good class. The Cleric, okay, again similar to the Sorcerer, but this one is based more on faith for casting miracles, teleporting, healing, all that kind of stuff. Very good class. As you can see, the attunement's very high, your luck's very high, your faith is ridiculously high, and has high strength as well, so you can use big weapons. As you can see here, he's holding some sort of mace, so you don't always have to be focused purely on using your miracles for offense. They're more of a defense class. Okay, so yeah, this is a very good class as well, but like I said, very similar to the Sorcerer and Pyromancer. Just depends how you want to play. If you want to go down the route of using miracles, alright, such as healing and teleporting and throwing spears of lightning and all that kind of stuff, Cleric is the one to go for you. And finally, we have Deprived, okay? This class, if you can play Dark Souls, alright, if you are quite good at this game, is a very good class to start off with. It starts off with everything at 10, okay, and level 1. Okay, so yeah, you can build pretty much any class you want out of this from the get-go. If you're willing to just get absolutely hammered at the start of the game, you'll probably die quite a lot. As you can see, you've got no armor, you've got a plank for a shield, you've got a club, alright. It is a difficult class to start the game with, but later on can pay off in massive ways, okay? I mean, if you look at this class, right, level 7, you've got, you know, if you add all these up, it's not going to amount to the same amount of points that you have here. And plus you're only level 1, so by the time that you've maybe leveled this guy up 2 levels, this guy could be 5 levels up, alright? So you're adding points left, right and centre, okay? So yeah, that is my little gamer's tips, alright? This class is the best class if you can start off the game pretty bad. You know, if you're good at the game, you're happy to die a lot to get those points, to get the souls, alright, and level this guy up, then yeah, but 100%, if you're new to the game and you want it a little bit easier for you at the start of the game, definitely take the Pyromancer, alright, 100%. Okay, so that is my basics guide for the different classes, okay. Moving on to your burial gifts, okay, I'm not 100% sure on a lot of these, okay, so your life ring, as you can see there, gives you a small amount of added HP, alright, which isn't too bad at the start of the game, but let's be honest, you're going to be finding rings later on in the game that are just going to replace that, so is it something you want to have? I don't know. Your Divine Blessing fully restores HP, which is pretty good. That fully restores your FP, which is like your powers, so if you're using a mage class, or you're using Pyromancer or anything like that, or you're casting spells a lot, that's for your FP. Black Fire Bombs, alright, these are really good. I really enjoy using these, plus you can use these at the very start of the game to get yourself a Titanite chunk, alright, if you do know the little trick and how to get that. So you can swap one of these with Pickle P to get yourself a nice Titanite chunk right at the start of the game for upgrading your weapons and armor. Fire Gem, self-explanatory, this will allow you to apply a fire to your weapon, alright, so if you want to have a flaming sword that does fire damage, Fire Gem's for you. Sovereign's Soul, alright, you just use this and it gives you some souls, alright, it is really not worth it, to be honest with you. I would definitely not recommend this as your starting gift, because you will pick up souls very, very quickly in this game, alright. If that's what you want to do, you want to have a little bit extra souls or XP at the start of the game, then yeah, go for your Sovereign's Soul, but I definitely wouldn't recommend it. So your gold coin, alright, if you use the gold coin, it basically, as it says there, allows you to have a higher item discovery for a short while, so it'll allow you to find things a lot easier. You'll find better items than you normally would, etc, etc, apart from in chests and things like that, because they're obviously standardized and that's what you're going to get. But you know, when you're killing enemies and you're doing pickups, it will give you better chance of getting higher level items such as weapons and armor. Cracked Red Eye Orb, alright, this is for online play if you want to go and invade someone else, alright, if you want to be that guy that goes into other people's worlds and just kills people, gives you good souls and everything like that, then, you know, if you're part of a covenant where the whole point of your gameplay is to kill people and invade other players, then yep, go for a cracked Red Eye Orb. However, right at the very start of the game, you do go and speak to someone who will give you a bunch of these, so again, I definitely wouldn't recommend. And the Young White Branch. Okay, this is a really cool item, alright. Again, I wouldn't recommend it for your starter item, because all it does is basically makes you invisible for a short period of time. You know, there is one section of the game near the start where you do want to have something like this. It does turn you invisible, but again, for a starter item, definitely not. So for me, I would definitely go with either the Fire Gem to get you a nice fire weapon at the start of the game, or I would go with the Black Fire Bombs. And I'm just about to do another stream and I'll explain to you why you want to have Black Fire Bombs at the start of the game. Okay, I'm going to do a starter tricks and tips. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a character. It's obviously going to be it's obviously going to be the Pyromancer again, just so I can show you guys how this plays at the start of the game. And I will take it from there, alright? So I'm going to start streaming again in about 2 minutes, and I will show you some starter tips and tricks, guys, alright? So the best way to start the game with a character, it doesn't matter what character you choose, But if you do want to get that Titanite chunk right at the start of the game, take your black fire bombs. If not, I would definitely recommend using the fire gem. Alright, these other ones are good, but not as good as these two. Okay, your black fire bombs do a lot of damage, plus gets your Titanite chunk. Your fire gem turns one of your weapons into a fire weapon. You know, who doesn't want a flaming axe or a flaming sword? I mean, come on, guys. Okay, so anyway, that was, oh yeah, build. That doesn't have any change in the gameplay at all. Alright, just because you look absolutely hench as anything doesn't mean you will do more damage or anything like that. It's all purely cosmetic. Okay guys, so anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this stream now. Alright, so this has been Dark Souls best starting class tips, and I'm about to start streaming again, and giving you some starter tips and tricks, and a few little cheeky things you can do right at the start of the game to make your gameplay better. Alright guys, well anyway, this has been PatchGames93, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Alright, take care for now. Bye bye.